Here comes another contraction. Okay, I want you to push. Okay, ready? Good.
What's up, and welcome back to another episode of Inside Out with Jazz. I'm really excited about today's video because we're gonna change things up a bit and just have a little chit chat, a little story time, and give you guys a chance to delve a little bit deeper into who I am and my life story in general. I want to talk about a time in my life where I tried to become a midwife. So a little backstory. Growing up, actually, let me not forget this wine here. So we're gonna keep it real casual, real comfy, real intimate. So grab some wine if you don't have any, and let's just relax and just, talk a little bit, get to know each other a little bit, Y'all will learn I am a rosé gal. I love some rosé. I'm actually trying a new bottle today. I don't know the name, I should have grabbed it, but damn, it's good. All right, so moving on. So backstory. Growing up, my mom, she was super pivotal in just about everything in my life. And one thing is hot, y'all. I don't mean to keep pausing, but ooh, it's hot, summertime. It's like 90 degrees right now, Lord. But anyway, so growing up, my mom taught me two really, really valuable and priceless, I would say, principles in my life. And that was to, one, always be good to everybody, always treat people with kindness, and be good to everyone regardless of their background, whether they're a CEO or the maintenance man. Like, you treat everybody fairly and with kindness. So you have to be good to other people. That was something she instilled very heavily and very deeply in me. And also the other thing that she made sure to brand into me was to go to school. My mom was someone that was very big on education, and she put a lot of emphasis on that for me while I was growing up. She made it very clear that education and knowledge is the one thing that no one can ever take from you. And till this day, I kind of live by that. And so like I said, learned from very young, I knew that I wanted to go to school and obviously make my mom really proud. But it was really around, I would say, the age of like maybe 14, 15. I would say around like freshman year of high school. I really started to think about, what do I want to do? Like, what do I want to do with my life? And I knew that I had always been really curious. But I knew that I was always really fascinated and curious about a woman's body and woman's body's ability to, create life. I thought that was incredible. I thought it was kind of like a superpower, which it is. So I knew that I wanted to basically become a midwife from really young. So like I said, freshman year, I kind of was like, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to deliver children. I didn't really have a preference for home births versus hospital birth. I just knew I wanted to be a part of the process. And yeah, so like I said, so that's what I wanted to do from about 14 or 15, is to go to nursing school and to be a midwife. So I did everything from essays in high school to about pregnancies, and even I think at one point when I was in high school I was kind of anti-abortion, which I'm not now. Every woman have a right to decide what she wants to do. I'm pro-choice. So but in high school, when I was a little much more naive, I did an essay on abortions and stuff. But anyway, the point is that I just, as a true Taurus, I set my mind on something and I was going for it. That was it. I had tunnel vision. I knew that this was what I was going to accomplish regardless. I wasn't scared of the hard work. I wasn't intimidated by the amount of years it might take me to complete it. I just knew that at some point, in my life, that I was going to make this happen. And so let's fast forward to when I really was in college, because I had attempted college. I would say, I ain't gonna front, I probably was touch and go with college, right after high school. And then I think again in like 2010. Yeah, I think about like 2010. But then around 2014, that's when I got like my shit together, and I was like, all right, we really gonna do this. We're not gonna play no games. We're gonna make it happen. And at that point, just so you guys know, I had already had my first daughter. I had her when I was 17, a month before I turned 18. So I was a teen mom, but again, that didn't deter me. I was like, nope, I'm still gonna go to college. I'm still gonna do what I gotta do. And I graduated high school with honors. So, I was very determined. I was very committed, to making that happen. And I also, especially with being a teen mom, I really wanted to make my mom proud. I knew she was very happy that I obviously graduated high school with honors and things like that. But, I just knew, not trying to downplay a high school diploma or anything, but I knew that I wanted to go to college, and I wanted my mom to see me walk across that stage and get my degree. Like, I wanted to do it for her, I wanted to do it for myself, and I wanted to do it for my daughter. So, again, like teen mom and all, still had to do what I had to do. I just knew at some point I was gonna go to school and I was gonna try to make it happen. And that time was around 2014. It's funny because I had gotten a really, really, really good job at a university in the state that I live in. And I started that new job and I started college for real, at the very same time in 2014. So it was an amazing experience. Like, I feel like that was probably one of the, like, a really good high point in my life. I had a lot going for myself, living on my own, great job, going to school, had my daughter and stuff like that, and credit was good. Like, I was in a great place. I was feeling good, so that was going well. And I took everything from anatomy, physiology, microbiology. I took art, English, and math courses. I think at the time, excuse me, let me take a sip, y'all. Get a little parched. All right, so boom. I'm working full-time because I have a child in an apartment to take care of. So I'm working full-time, but I'm going to school part-time. So I did part-time college, I was a part-time student at a community college for 4 years, which is really the equivalent of 2 full years. So when I was at that community college, at the time, my plan was to rack up as many courses as I could at that community college, because the community college that I was going to only allowed you to get your associates, but it's cheaper when you go to community college. So I was just trying to get as many courses as I could because I knew I was going to transfer to a 4-year college and finish, and getting my nursing degree at a 4-year college. But again, I just wanted to rack up as many classes as I could for, a lower amount, and then transfer. So I did that. So I had tons and tons and tons and tons of classes. Like, I took a lot of classes. I think by the time I was done, well, I'll say done as in, or I got to the point where I was applying to get into their nursing school. I'm pretty sure I was like, I think like I would say I was like 2/3 done with like a bachelor's degree at that point, because I had taken so many courses and I was paying attention to the schools that I was interested in as far as their bachelor requirements, because I wanted to make sure I was lining myself up so that when I did transfer, I wasn't being told that certain classes couldn't come in or wouldn't count. So I was also paying attention to the other schools' requirements, so that I was trying to make sure things went as smoothly as possible, right? So I end up getting pregnant with my little one, Emmy, in 2017. So I had to like make some changes for my plan or whatever. But again, like a real Taurus that I am, I was like, all right, baby and all, we still gonna make it happen. Like,
let's make it happen, Captain.
Like, another kid, okay, cool. I love my daughter. I don't regret her. She's everything to me. And so I just, again, for me, it was always about, like, whenever certain obstacles came my way, I always tried to think, all right, I'm still gonna get to the destination, but I just need to figure out another route. It's kind of like when you get lost, like you make a wrong turn. Not saying my daughter's wrong turn, but you know what I mean. So when if you make a certain turn and the GPS is telling you to go straight, it'll just reroute you to still get you to where you need to go. And that's kind of always been my mindset. It's like, regardless of what's in front of me, like, I'm gonna embrace it. I'm just gonna keep going. That's all you can do with life. You just gotta keep going.
When life gets you down, you know what you gotta do?
I don't want to know what you got to do.
Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming.
So that's what my plan was. So I said, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Instead of transferring to a 4-year college, because now I have to, with a second kid, you just have things change, right? And you have more responsibility and things going on. So I just had to figure out like how I was gonna do this. So that's the plan. I was gonna get my my associates at the school I was already attending, and then I would have qualified and I would have done their bridge program for my bachelor's degree, and then I could have, you know, eventually moved on to get my master's, right? So sip wine time, sorry. Okay, so one thing I made sure to do when I was going to school was speak to my advisor. I was not someone that didn't ask questions. Like, I was here for a purpose. So I was constantly in contact with advisors at that school, looking over my grades, looking over my GPA, looking over the requirements and what's expected and what previous years had shown. So, because I really, really wanted to make sure I was doing everything in my power to, you know, put the odds in my favor to get into the program, right? So, boom. There's something that's called a HESI exam, right? And it's just basically an exam that the school that you go to, their nursing program, gives to students to just test you on basic things like math, grammar, spelling, reading comprehension, vocabulary, things like that. So it's like 4 or 5 sections depending on what school you're at, or, you know. So what happened was I took the HESI exam the first time and I got 2 sections in the high 80s and then 2 sections in the 90s. So what I did was, most people I feel like would have just settled for that or just been like cool with it, but let me tell you, nursing is no effing joke. Like, there is a reason why like these people make the money that they make. I mean, it is from the time I'm not even in the damn program yet, and it's mad hard. And it really tests your patience, it tests your dedication, it tests everything. I mean, school does that and like kind of does that already, but I'm telling you, nursing is no effing joke, right? They don't play no games, as they shouldn't. They don't play no games when it comes to that. And especially the school that I was going to, it was highly competitive program. And I think it's mostly because that school provided like a really good flexible nighttime and weekend schedule for people that were like working full-time and in the day, because most schools you have to take classes during the day. So a person like me that needs to work during the day so I can provide for my family, that just doesn't work for me. So anyway, the school I was going to was really competitive program. So I'm like, I got 2 sections in the 80s. I'm like, F it, I'm gonna just take the exam again. And mind you, it's not free, you have to pay for it. So I paid again to take the exam, just to make sure that I got 2 of those sections that were in the 80s to get them in the 90s, and I did. So overall, after speaking with advisors over the course of the time that I was, you know, at that school, after, you know, getting really good grades, I was definitely an AB student. I was not here for no C's. You would not find me getting a C. I would call my mother crying, and basically I was that kind of student. Like, I just did not like to get, I mean, I didn't really like to get B's, but I mean, damn, when you take a class like anatomy, take the B. Okay, I ain't going for anatomy. That was probably my toughest class. I loved physiology and I loved microbiology even more. So if you're in the nursing or medical field, like, definitely take microbiology. It's super interesting and fun. It's like all germs and bacteria and stuff. Low key kind of gross, but also incredibly fascinating. Sorry y'all, and I really hope that y'all do not hear that mower in the back. But anyway, so we're good. A couple technical difficulties, but we're back on track. So what I was saying was, after getting myself into a really good space, what I thought was a good space to apply for the nursing program. It's so hot. Anybody else get a sweaty upper lip, or is it just me? It's probably just me. So basically, I got myself GPA wise, grade wise, HESI exam wise, just overall points wise, because it was a point. The program that I was applying for was based off of points. What they did was they broke it down by specific courses, your HESI exam, and then your overall GPA, and that's what accumulated your points. So I was doing pretty damn good. I felt like I got this. Like, I'm gonna do just fine. So I applied for the nursing program during, I think, the it was definitely the summertime because I wanted to go into the fall. Oh no, boom, I lied. I was actually applying in the summertime to go into their spring nursing session. Okay, so it was the summertime, but I wasn't trying to get in for fall. I was trying to get in for spring. So I applied in about August, and then I think it was like late July, August, I actually did apply. And so I'm just waiting, you know, I every day I'm just like looking at my mailbox, you know, because to me, I'm like, any day now. So so basically August comes and goes, September comes and goes. I think we get into October, and then I'm like, something ain't right. Like, I should have been told by now if I got accepted or not. Like, I didn't get a letter, I didn't get a phone call, I didn't get an email. And honey, let's trust and believe I was checking them damn things, right? Because I was so anxious to get my results like anyone else would be. And then, you know, what really got me going was when I started seeing people on social media like talk about, oh my God, they got accepted. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck? Like, I'm seeing people now like post that they're just so emotional and they're just so overjoyed with getting accepted and getting into the program. And I'm like, okay, well, any day now, it's gonna come. So October comes and I'm just fed up. I done had it. And I'm like, what's going on? So I called my school and I spoke to admissions and stuff. And I'm like, what? Can y'all tell me what happened? Like, I want to know if I got in or not. So I'm kind of anxious. I'm at work too. I'm at my job. And I'm just waiting for the girl to pull my stuff up and tell me what I already know. And then she puts a guy on the phone. I'm like, okay. And basically tells me that I did not get in.
Oh, excuse me?
Y'all, I cannot explain the feeling that went through me. I was like, you're kidding me. And they didn't call it minor, but the reason why I didn't get in was because I was literally 5 points shy of the threshold to which they were letting people in. So like I said, it was a point-based system. So out of 200 points, I think I applied with like a 175, right? And they took people that had about 180. Yeah, I think he told me it was 180 out of 200 is where they started taking people. Mind you, I have been up advisors' asses. I had been in constant communication, looking at things and making sure that I was setting myself up, you know, to be in a good space when I applied. So when I'm hearing that this is where they started accepting students, I'm pissed because I know good and damn well my advisor didn't tell me that. Like, I was given different information because I would never have applied if I didn't have the right amount of points. Like, I thought, like I said, that I was in a really good space. Oh, so hot. So anyway, so I had a meltdown. I melted down, I cried, I kind of yelled at the guy a little bit, and I'm like, talk about how much bullshit it is. And he was looking at it too. He actually, I'm pretty sure he felt sorry for me, because he was like, you know, you're the type of student that deserves to get in. And, you know, he didn't all the way agree with how things were done at that school in terms of their selection process, but ultimately when you have that kind of field, they want the cream of the crop, and I guess I just wasn't that, and that's okay. At the moment it didn't feel okay, but you know, it is what it is. And I remember calling my mom and I was crying, and it just triggered so many like things in me, like being a teen mom and feeling like a failure, because I'm like, it's just not gonna happen for me. It's, you know, I'm a grown woman, I'm well into my 20s at this point, and I'm just, you know, I just don't have it figured out. And I didn't feel good. I really felt low, but you know, my mom is absolutely amazing, and she's always been proud of me and stuff like that. So it's really just me doing it to myself, low-key. But you know, I wanted to make her proud. I wanted to make up for being a teen mom and for making a lot of hurtful choices that I did along my journey. And school was like how I was going to redeem myself, and here I was being faced with the fact that that was not going to happen. I spoke to my mom after crying and stuff, and you know, she made me feel a little bit better. But then I was basically sitting there trying to figure out, like, what just happened and what the fuck am I gonna do now? Like, for real, because I had never thought of a plan B. I had never imagined that I would even need to think of a plan B, because I just knew that come hell or high water, I was gonna make this happen, right? So here I was, with the door slammed really hard in my face, and I just had to, like, after feeling sorry for myself for about 2 days, because I definitely cried for about 2 days, I realized that I just had to maybe this is happening for a reason. Maybe I need to just take a little time for myself, do a little soul searching, and kind of work on the things in my life that are not going well. You know, it's really interesting how things happen, I feel, because looking back on it now, it was clear that, of course, not even of course, but it's clear looking back on that now that absolutely needed to happen, because I don't think that even if I would have gotten into nursing school at that point, that I would have done well, because I had just so much going on in my life. And I also had a little baby, like a new baby at that point too, and it just would have been too much, because things in my life kind of were already at a place where it felt like it was too much. But you know, I've always been able to balance school. That's why I didn't ever feel like it was something that I need, you know, I regardless of where I stood in my life, like, I've always been a good student. I've always been able to do school well. It's kind of like my niche. Like, some people can sing, some people can dance. I'm a good student, and I like to learn. I enjoy learning. I enjoy expanding my mind. And like I said, I was really fascinated with, you know, maternity and, you know, a woman's body and everything that we can do, because we're freaking awesome. We are freaking awesome. Women are absolutely amazing. And so anyway, I found myself in a position where I needed to do some real deep searching, some deep soul searching, some looking within myself and figuring out, okay, well, what do I do now? Because I knew I wasn't gonna stop. I knew that I had big dreams, and I wanted to have a career, and I knew that I wanted to live a full life, and I wanted to do something that really made me happy. So really getting denied, you know, not getting accepted into the nursing program and basically getting denied was a blessing in disguise, for real, for me, because that's what brought me here. That's what brought me to this place where I'm now sitting in front of a camera, sharing my stories and my life experiences, hoping that I can connect with people out there and help people heal and help people feel a little more normal and a little less alone. And that, more than maternity, actually makes me feel happy, makes me feel whole, makes me feel powerful, and makes me feel like I'm living my true divine purpose, because nothing makes me feel better than you know, just being a helping aid, or just being someone that's just there for people. And just, I like to help others heal and watch people you know, go off and just live their absolute best life and conquer a lot of demons and things that they probably felt like they never could. It really took me some time to get to a space where I could start opening up to what other possibilities life might have to offer, but it was one of the best decisions, and it was meant to be that way. I do have a lot of faith in the universe and in God, and I believe in divine planning. I believe that everything happens for a reason, whether we understand it or not. And yeah, for me, it was a true blessing in disguise, and I'm happy that it happened. I don't feel like I can't go back to school at some point and get my degree. It's still a goal for me, but I'm just more patient now, and I understand the importance more than ever of timing. And I want to be ready mentally, spiritually, financially, emotionally, just everything when I embark on that journey, because like I said, that field is no joke, and I know that I'm going to want to be the absolute best student and soon to be midwife that I can possibly be. And if I would have gotten into that program at that time, I wouldn't have been. I probably wouldn't have even made it a semester, to be quite honest. My life just was not in order, and I just had too much going on And my focus really needed to be on repairing my life and repairing myself, you know, instead of throwing myself into school, which is a normal comfort zone for me, and you know, and distraction, actually, you know, it's something else to busy my mind and take me away from where my focus actually needed to be. So you know, everything, you know, hindsight is always 20/20. So looking back on it now, I'm really, really grateful for the experiences. I met a lot of amazing people. I accumulated so much fascinating knowledge. And like I said, it's really not over for me. It's just on pause. I think that I have other things to accomplish now and to focus on. And that's what I've been trying to do. And it's been amazing. I'm in a really good space and I feel good. And I hope overall that just sharing this story and this turning point in my life, I hope that it can inspire someone or help someone out there that may be feeling a little lost, feeling like they don't know what to do, and just like up, keep taking time with yourself to do some deep soul searching. That's why I love meditation, because I feel like that's a great time and space to really just delve deep and just explore yourself. But if you've ever been knocked down, God, it's hot. If you've ever been knocked down or felt like a failure or anything, just don't stop. I mean, and granted, yes, I chose to take on another career path in the meantime. But yeah, even if you're not, you know, even if that's not the case for you and you get knocked down.
Man, I said we gon' win. Knock me down 9 times, but I get up 10.
And you have a specific goal in mind, just keep going, man. At the end of the day, just keep going. You know, don't give up on yourself. Keep pushing, because life has so many great things in store for us. We just have to be open to those things and not take certain obstacles or what's another good word to use? Just not taking certain things in our life so permanently. We can always keep moving. We can always keep accumulating, keep doing better, keep growing, and keep mastering ourselves, keep bossing up, keep to reach our fullest potential. Like, that doesn't stop, you know, or at least it doesn't have to stop. You know, it's just all about your mindset. So I'm just so happy that things played out the way that they did, and that I'm able to have the awareness that I have now. And it's taken me a lot of time to get here, but I'm just so grateful for everything that happens in my life, good or bad. And you know, you just learn to roll with the punches. And as long as you know that deep down inside you are capable, you are enough, and that you can accomplish anything in your life, like, just don't give up. Just keep going. We all get knocked down. Life throws curveballs at all of us, but you just got to keep going, believing in yourself and believing in a higher power and a higher source. I really hope you guys enjoyed this story time. It was fun talking about it, and I'm really looking forward to sharing so much more with you guys about myself and a lot of the things that have brought me to the space and place that I'm in right now. If you like this type of content and you're enjoying what we're doing here on this channel, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, like I always say, be good to yourself and others. Peace.